Have you ever wondered if the exercises you're doing to stay young and active might be doing more harm than good, especially after age 60? We all want to age gracefully, maintaining our strength and independence. But what if some of those anti-aging workouts you've seen or tried are putting your joints, back, and even your heart at risk? Stick with us until the very end of this video, because we're not just going to reveal 7 common exercises doctors are warning against for those over 60, but more importantly, we'll show you safer, smarter alternatives that will truly help you stay strong, mobile, and injury-free for years to come. Don't risk your long-term health. Get the crucial information you need right here. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. High-impact activities: running, jumping jacks, plyometrics. High-impact exercises involve repetitive, forceful contact with the ground or surface, placing significant stress on weight-bearing joints such as the knees, hips, and ankles. Activities like running, jumping jacks, and plyometric movements, e.g., box jumps, burpees, or squat jumps, generate forces that can be several times an individual's body weight, which can exacerbate age-related vulnerabilities. With aging, bone density often decreases, a condition known as osteopenia or osteoporosis in severe cases, making bones more susceptible to stress fractures or microdamage. Similarly, cartilage, which cushions joints, naturally thins over time, increasing the risk of joint degeneration or worsening conditions like osteoarthritis. The explosive nature of plyometric exercises also heightens the risk of injury. These movements require rapid muscle contractions and quick changes in direction, which can challenge balance and coordination abilities that often decline with age. This increases the likelihood of falls, especially for individuals with reduced proprioception, the body's ability to sense its position in space. Additionally, the high force and speed involved can lead to muscle strains, ligament sprains, or tendon injuries, particularly in those with pre-existing weaknesses or limited flexibility. For example, repetitive running on hard surfaces can contribute to conditions like shin splints or plantar fasciitis, while plyometric exercises may overstress the Achilles tendon or cause knee injuries if performed with improper form or inadequate strength. Safer alternatives. To achieve cardiovascular benefits and maintain muscle endurance without the risks associated with high-impact activities, consider the following low-impact alternatives. Brisk walking. Walking at a moderate to fast pace, typically 3 to 4 miles per hour, provides excellent cardiovascular benefits, strengthens leg muscles, and improves endurance without jarring the joints. Walking on softer surfaces, such as grass or a treadmill with cushioning, further reduces impact. Swimming and water aerobics. Exercising in water is highly effective for cardiovascular health and muscle strengthening due to the resistance provided by water, which is gentle on joints. Water aerobics classes often include movements like leg kicks, arm circles, and walking in water, which mimic high-impact exercises without the stress. Cycling, stationary or recumbent bike cycling, whether on a stationary bike, recumbent bike, or outdoor bicycle, offers a low-impact way to improve cardiovascular fitness and leg strength. Recumbent bikes are particularly beneficial for older adults as they provide back support and reduce strain on the hips and knees. Elliptical machines. These machines simulate running or walking motions but eliminate ground impact, making them ideal for maintaining cardiovascular health while protecting joints. Many ellipticals also have adjustable resistance and incline settings to customize intensity. Low-impact aerobic classes. Classes like Zumba Gold or senior-focused fitness programs incorporate dance-like movements or gentle choreography to elevate heart rate without jumping or high-impact steps. These alternatives allow for sustained cardiovascular exercise while minimizing wear and tear on the joints. For added safety, ensure proper footwear with good cushioning and support, and consider consulting a physical therapist or trainer to tailor a program to your specific needs, especially if you have pre-existing joint or balance issues. 2. Deep squats and lunges, especially with heavy weights. Deep squats and lunges, particularly when performed with heavy weights, e.g., barbell back squats or weighted lunges, place significant mechanical stress on the lower body, particularly the knees, hips, and lower back. These exercises require a large range of motion and strong stabilizing muscles, which can be challenging for older adults with reduced flexibility, joint mobility, or muscle strength. The knee joint, for instance, experiences considerable compressive and shear forces during deep squats, which can exacerbate conditions like patellofemoral pain syndrome or meniscal tears, especially if the knees extend too far past the toes or collapse inward. Similarly, lunges demand balance and coordination, and adding heavy weights increases the risk of losing control, leading to falls or injuries. The lower back is also vulnerable during these movements. Maintaining a neutral spine is critical, but age-related changes like reduced core strength or spinal disc degeneration can lead to compensatory movements, such as excessive forward lean or spinal arching, which may cause disc herniation or lower back strain. For individuals with pre-existing conditions like arthritis, spinal stenosis, or prior knee injuries, deep squats and lunges can worsen pain and limit mobility over time. Even without weights, improper form, such as rounding the back or allowing the knees to cave inward, can lead to injury. Safer alternatives. To strengthen the lower body while minimizing joint and spinal stress, consider these safer alternatives. Bodyweight squats or chair squats. Bodyweight squats engage the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes without overloading the joints. Chair squats, where you lower yourself to sit briefly on a chair and then stand, provide additional stability and reduce the range of motion, making them ideal for beginners or those with limited mobility. Keep movements slow and controlled, ensuring the knees stay aligned with the toes. Partial squats. Instead of descending into a deep squat, perform a partial squat, lowering only halfway or to a comfortable depth. This reduces stress on the knees and hips while still engaging the leg muscles. Holding onto a sturdy surface, like a countertop, can enhance stability. Wall squats. Stand with your back against a wall, feet about 18 to 24 inches away, and slide down into a squat position until your thighs are parallel to the ground, or as far as comfortable. Hold briefly, then slide back up. This variation supports the back and minimizes knee strain. Shallow lunges or step UPS. Instead of deep lunges, perform shallow lunges with a shorter step to reduce knee and hip flexion. Alternatively, step-ups onto a low, stable platform, e.g., a sturdy box or stair, strengthen the legs while allowing better control and less joint stress. Resistance band exercises. Using resistance bands for leg extensions, lateral walks, or glute bridges can effectively target lower body muscles with minimal joint impact. Bands allow for adjustable resistance and controlled movements. When performing these exercises, prioritize proper form. Keep the core engaged, maintain a neutral spine, and avoid letting the knees extend too far forward. For those with joint pain or mobility limitations, working with a physical therapist to develop a personalized strength program can ensure safety and effectiveness. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Heavy overhead presses, barbell or dumbbell overhead press. Heavy overhead presses, whether performed with a barbell or dumbbells, involve lifting weights directly above the head, which places significant stress on the shoulder joints, rotator cuff muscles, and lower back. The shoulder joint, a ball and socket structure, is inherently mobile but less stable than other joints, making it prone to injury, especially as we age. The rotator cuff muscles, which stabilize the shoulder, can weaken or degenerate over time, increasing the risk of strains, tears, or impingement during overhead movements. Heavy loads exacerbate these risks, particularly if form is compromised, such as by overhanging the lower back to compensate for limited shoulder mobility or core strength. The lower back is also at risk during overhead presses. To lift heavy weights overhead, a strong, engaged core is essential to prevent excessive spinal arching, lumbar hyperextension, which can strain the lower back or contribute to disc issues. For older adults, who may have reduced shoulder flexibility, weaker core muscles, or pre-existing conditions like rotator cuff tendinitis or spinal arthritis, heavy overhead presses can lead to acute injuries or chronic pain. Even lighter weights can be problematic if performed with poor technique or inadequate warm-up. Safer alternatives. To maintain upper body strength and shoulder function without risking injury, consider these alternatives. Light dumbbell or resistance band overhead presses. Using lighter weights or resistance bands allows for controlled shoulder strengthening while reducing joint stress. Focus on slow, deliberate movements, keeping the elbows slightly bent at the top to avoid locking out the joints. Resistance bands are particularly effective as they provide continuous tension without the need for heavy weights. Lateral and front raises. These exercises target the deltoid muscles, shoulders, without requiring full overhead motion. Perform them with light dumbbells or resistance bands, raising the arms to shoulder height or slightly below to minimize strain on the rotator cuff. Chest presses, machine or resistance band chest presses, whether on a machine or with bands, strengthen the upper body, chest, shoulders, and triceps, while keeping the arms in a more stable, controlled position. Machines provide additional support and guide the movement, reducing the risk of improper form. Seated shoulder exercises. Performing shoulder exercises while seated, e.g., on a bench with back support, reduces strain on the lower back and enhances stability, making it easier to focus on proper shoulder mechanics. Isometric shoulder exercises. For those with significant shoulder limitations, isometric exercises, e.g., pushing against a wall or holding a light weight in a fixed position, can strengthen muscles without moving the joint through a risky range of motion. When performing these alternatives, prioritize proper posture. Keep the shoulders relaxed, not shrugged. Engage the core, and avoid locking out joints. If shoulder pain or limited mobility is a concern, consult a physical therapist for a tailored program, and always warm up thoroughly to prepare the muscles and joints. 4. Traditional crunches and sit-ups. Why risky? Traditional crunches and sit-ups have long been staples in fitness routines for targeting the abdominal muscles, particularly the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscle. However, these exercises involve repetitive spinal flexion, where the spine is repeatedly rounded forward under load. This movement pattern can place significant stress on the spinal discs, particularly in the lumbar, lower spine. The intervertebral discs, which act as cushions between the vertebrae, are designed to absorb shock but can become compressed or damaged when subjected to excessive or repetitive pressure. For individuals with pre-existing lower back pain, herniated discs, or other spinal conditions, this repetitive flexion can exacerbate symptoms or lead to new injuries, such as disc bulges or herniations. Additionally, crunches and sit-ups often lead to improper movement patterns due to fatigue or lack of awareness. A common mistake is pulling on the head or neck to initiate the movement, which can strain the cervical spine, neck, and surrounding muscles, such as the sternocleidomastoid or upper trapezius. This not only reduces the effectiveness of the exercise by shifting focus away from the core but also increases the risk of neck discomfort or injury. Furthermore, these exercises primarily target the superficial abdominal muscles, rectus abdominis, and may neglect the deeper stabilizing muscles, such as the transverse abdominis and obliques, which are critical for spinal stability and functional strength. The high repetition nature of crunches and sit-ups, often performed in sets of 20 or more, can also contribute to overuse injuries. For individuals with poor core strength or improper technique, the spine may compensate for weak abdominal engagement, leading to excessive strain on the lumbar region. Over time, this can contribute to chronic lower back pain or other musculoskeletal issues. Safer alternatives. To strengthen the core without compromising spinal health, consider the following alternatives that emphasize controlled, low-impact movements and engage the deep core muscles while maintaining a neutral spine. Plank variations. Planks are highly effective for building core strength and stability without requiring spinal flexion. A standard forearm plank engages the transverse abdominis, obliques, and rectus abdominis while also recruiting stabilizing muscles in the shoulders, glutes, and legs. For beginners or those with limited core strength, modified planks, performed with knees on the ground, reduce the intensity while still providing significant benefits. Side planks target the obliques and quadratus lumborum, further enhancing lateral core stability. To progress, incorporate dynamic plank variations, such as plank to push up or plank with shoulder taps, to challenge coordination and balance while keeping the spine neutral. Bird dog. This exercise is excellent for improving core stability, balance, and coordination. Performed on all fours, the bird dog involves extending one arm and the opposite leg while maintaining a neutral spine. This movement strengthens the transverse abdominis, multifidus, deep spinal stabilizers, and erector spinae, all of which support the spine during functional activities. The bird dog also promotes proprioception, body awareness, and can be modified for beginners by extending only one limb at a time. Dead bug. The dead bug is a low-impact exercise that targets the deep core muscles while minimizing spinal stress. Lying on your back with arms and legs raised, You slowly lower one arm and the opposite leg toward the ground while keeping the lower back pressed into the floor. This controlled movement strengthens the transverse abdominis and improves coordination without repetitive spinal flexion. To increase difficulty, add resistance, e.g., holding a light dumbbell, or slow down the movement to enhance time under tension. Gentle core exercises. Exercises like pelvic tilts, diaphragmatic breathing, or hollow holds focus on engaging the deep abdominal muscles, transverse abdominis, without excessive spinal movement. These are particularly beneficial for individuals recovering from injury or those with limited core strength. For example, a pelvic tilt involves lying on your back and gently tilting the pelvis to flatten the lower back against the floor, activating the core in a safe and controlled manner. These alternatives prioritize spinal stability and functional strength, reducing the risk of injury while providing a more balanced approach to core training. Proper form is critical. Always engage the core by drawing the navel toward the spine and avoid overarching or rounding the back during these movements. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Bent over rows, especially with heavy free weights and poor form. Bent over rows are a compound exercise designed to strengthen the upper and mid-back muscles, including the latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, trapezius, and rear deltoids, while also engaging the biceps and core. The exercise involves hinging at the hips, maintaining a flat back, and pulling a barbell or dumbbells toward the chest. While effective when performed correctly, bent over rows can pose significant risks to the lower back, particularly when heavy weights are used or form is compromised. The primary risk stems from the biomechanical demands of the exercise. To perform a bent over row safely, you must maintain a neutral spine, neither rounded nor excessively arched, while supporting the weight of the torso and the resistance being lifted. If the lower back rounds, often due to fatigue, excessive weight, or insufficient core strength, it places excessive stress on the lumbar spine and intervertebral discs. This can lead to acute injuries, such as muscle strains, or chronic issues, like disc herniation or facet joint irritation. The risk is amplified for individuals with limited hamstring flexibility, as tight hamstrings can pull the pelvis into a posterior tilt, causing the lower back to round during the hinge. Additionally, bent over rows require significant core and hip stability to prevent compensatory movements. If the core is not adequately engaged, the lower back may take on excessive load, increasing the risk of injury. Poor shoulder positioning, e.g., rounded shoulders or protracted scapulae, can also reduce the effectiveness of the exercise and place undue stress on the upper back and neck. Individuals with pre-existing lower back conditions, such as sciatica or degenerative disc disease, are particularly vulnerable to injury during bent over rows. Even those with strong form may experience issues if they attempt to lift weights that exceed their capacity, as the temptation to cheat the movement by jerking the weight upward can lead to spinal misalignment and injury. Safer alternatives. To target the back muscles effectively while minimizing the risk of injury, consider the following alternatives that prioritize spinal alignment and controlled movement. Seated cable rows. Performed on a cable machine with a seated bench, this exercise allows you to target the same back muscles, latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, trapezius, as bent over rows while keeping the spine supported and stable. The seated position eliminates the need to hinge at the hips, reducing stress on the lower back. To maximize effectiveness, maintain an upright posture, engage the core, and pull the handle toward the lower ribs while keeping the shoulders retracted and depressed. Adjust the weight to ensure smooth, controlled movements without jerking. Resistance band rows. Resistance bands are a versatile, low-impact tool for strengthening the back. A standing or seated band row involves anchoring the band and pulling the handles toward the body, mimicking the motion of a bent-over row. The variable resistance of the band allows for a safer, more controlled movement, and the exercise can be performed in a variety of positions to accommodate different fitness levels. For example, a seated band row reduces lower body involvement, while a standing row with a slight hip hinge can engage the core and glutes for added stability. Supported dumbbell rows. Performing dumbbell rows with one hand supported on a bench, also known as a single-arm dumbbell row, provides additional stability and reduces strain on the lower back. By placing one hand and knee on a bench, you create a stable base that minimizes the need for hip hinging and spinal loading. This variation allows you to focus on proper scapular retraction and controlled pulling motions while targeting the lats, rhomboids, and trapezius. Ensure the spine remains neutral and avoid rotating the torso during the movement. Chest-supported rows. Using a chest-supported row machine or an incline bench with dumbbells eliminates the need to support the torso in a hinged position, further reducing lower back stress. The chest support stabilizes the spine, allowing you to focus entirely on the pulling motion and back muscle engagement. This is an excellent option for individuals with lower back issues or those new to rowing exercises. These alternatives allow for effective back training while prioritizing spinal safety and proper form. When performing any rowing exercise, focus on retracting the shoulder blades, pinching them together, and pulling with the back muscles rather than the arms to maximize muscle activation and minimize strain. For beginners, start with lighter weights or resistance and gradually progress as strength and technique improve. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 6. Leg extension machine with heavy loads. Why it's risky for older adults. The leg extension machine, commonly found in gyms, isolates the quadriceps muscles by having the user extend their legs against resistance while seated. While this exercise appears straightforward and controlled, it can pose significant risks, particularly for older adults. The machine places a concentrated load directly on the knee joint, specifically targeting the patellar tendon and the structures surrounding the knee, such as the anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, and the knee cartilage. This isolated stress can be problematic for several reasons. Knee joint vulnerability. As we age, the cartilage in the knee joint naturally wears down, and conditions like osteoarthritis become more prevalent. The leg extension machine exacerbates this by applying shearing forces to the knee, which can worsen existing cartilage damage or contribute to the development of knee pain. For individuals with pre-existing conditions like arthritis or patellofemoral pain syndrome, the repetitive stress from heavy loads can lead to inflammation, discomfort, or even injury. Lack of functional movement. The leg extension is a single-joint, isolated exercise that does not mimic natural movement patterns. In daily life, the quadriceps work in conjunction with other muscle groups, such as the hamstrings, glutes, and core, to perform tasks like walking, climbing stairs, or standing from a seated position. The leg extension machine fails to engage these supporting muscles, which can lead to imbalanced strength development and reduced joint stability over time. Risk of overloading. Older adults may inadvertently use weights that are too heavy, especially if they are following outdated strength training protocols or attempting to match the intensity of younger gym-goers. Excessive resistance increases the strain on the knee joint and can lead to microtears in the tendons or ligaments, particularly in individuals with reduced tissue elasticity due to aging. Potential for improper form. Even slight misalignments in posture or improper machine setup, e.g., incorrect seat height or pad placement, can amplify stress on the knee, increasing the risk of injury. Older adults may also have reduced proprioception, the body's ability to sense its position in space, making it harder to maintain proper form during the exercise. Safer alternatives for strengthening the quadriceps. To build quadriceps strength while minimizing the risk of injury, older adults should focus on functional, multi-joint exercises that distribute the load across the entire lower body and promote joint stability. These alternatives are more aligned with natural movement patterns and are gentler on the knees. Bodyweight squats. These engage the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core while mimicking everyday movements like sitting and standing. To reduce strain, older adults can perform partial squats, not descending too deeply, or use a chair or wall for support. Proper form, keeping the knees aligned with the toes and the back straight, is critical to avoid undue stress. Chair squats. A modified version of the squat, chair squats involve sitting down onto a sturdy chair and standing back up. This exercise strengthens the quadriceps and improves functional mobility while providing a safe, controlled range of motion. It's particularly suitable for beginners or those with limited strength or balance. Step UPS. Using a low step or platform, step-ups target the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes while improving balance and coordination. Holding onto a railing or performing the exercise near a wall can enhance safety. The height of the step should be adjusted to the individual's ability to avoid excessive strain on the knees or hips. Lunges, modified for safety forward or reverse lunges, performed with body weight or light resistance, strengthen the quadriceps while engaging the entire lower body. For older adults, lunges can be modified by reducing the range of motion, holding onto a stable surface for balance, or performing stationary lunges to minimize the risk of falls. Leg press. With caution for those who prefer gym equipment, the leg press machine can be a safer alternative to the leg extension, as it distributes resistance across the hips, knees, and ankles. However, older adults should use moderate weights, avoid locking out the knees, and ensure proper form under the guidance of a trainer. These exercises not only strengthen the quadriceps but also improve overall lower body strength, balance, and coordination, which are essential for maintaining independence and preventing falls in older adults. Always start with body weight movements and progress gradually, ideally under the supervision of a physical therapist or certified trainer familiar with the needs of older adults. 7. Sprinting and very high-intensity interval training, HIIT, if not accustomed to it. Why it's risky for older adults. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, and sprinting are popular for their cardiovascular and metabolic benefits, but they can be risky for older adults who lack a strong foundation in high-intensity exercise or have underlying health conditions. These activities involve short bursts of maximal or near-maximal effort followed by periods of rest or low-intensity movement. While effective for improving fitness, they pose several challenges for older adults. Musculoskeletal strain. Sprinting places significant stress on the muscles, tendons, and joints of the lower body, including the quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and Achilles tendon. Aging tissues are less elastic and more prone to injury, increasing the risk of muscle strains, tendon tears, or stress fractures. The repetitive impact of sprinting on hard surfaces like pavement can also exacerbate joint issues, particularly in the knees, hips, and ankles. Cardiovascular demands. HIIT and sprinting require rapid increases in heart rate and oxygen demand, which can strain the cardiovascular system. For older adults with undiagnosed heart conditions, such as hypertension or coronary artery disease, the sudden intensity of these exercises can increase the risk of adverse events like arrhythmias or, in rare cases, a heart attack. Even healthy older adults may struggle to recover adequately between high-intensity intervals, leading to fatigue or overexertion. Risk of falls and injuries. Sprinting and some HIIT workouts involve rapid changes in speed, direction, or movement patterns, e.g., burpees, jump squats, or agility drills. These dynamic movements increase the risk of tripping, falling, or losing balance, especially for older adults with reduced coordination, slower reaction times, or impaired proprioception. A fall can result in serious injuries, such as fractures or head trauma, which can have long-term consequences for mobility and independence. Lack of preparation. Older adults who are not accustomed to high-intensity exercise may lack the muscular strength, endurance, or aerobic capacity needed to perform HIIT or sprinting safely. Jumping into these activities without a gradual progression can lead to overtraining, burnout, or injury. Additionally, many HIIT workouts are designed for younger populations and may not account for age-related changes in recovery time or joint health. Delayed recovery. Aging bodies typically require longer recovery periods due to slower muscle repair and reduced metabolic efficiency. The high-intensity nature of HIIT and sprinting can lead to prolonged muscle soreness or fatigue, which may discourage older adults from maintaining a consistent exercise routine. Safer alternatives for cardiovascular fitness and strength. To achieve the benefits of cardiovascular exercise and interval training without the risks associated with sprinting or very high-intensity HIIT, older adults can adopt safer, more sustainable approaches. Moderate-intensity interval training, MIIT, involves alternating periods of moderate effort with periods of rest or lower intensity. For example, an older adult might walk briskly for 1 to 2 minutes, followed by 2 to 3 minutes of slower walking. This approach improves cardiovascular fitness and endurance while minimizing stress on the joints and cardiovascular system. MIIT can be tailored to the individual's fitness level and gradually progressed as their conditioning improves. Consistent moderate-intensity aerobic exercise. Activities like brisk walking, swimming, or stationary cycling provide cardiovascular benefits without the high impact or intensity of sprinting. These exercises improve heart health, enhance stamina, and support joint mobility. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity per week, as recommended by the American College of Sports Medicine, spread across several sessions. Low-impact HIIT, for well-conditioned individuals. For older adults who are already fit and have a strong exercise background, low-impact HIIT can be a safe option. Examples include cycling intervals, alternating between fast pedaling and slower recovery, elliptical machine workouts, or water-based exercises like aqua jogging. These activities reduce joint impact while still providing the benefits of interval training. Always perform a thorough warm-up and cool-down, and consult with a healthcare provider or trainer before starting. Strength and balance training. To complement cardiovascular exercise, older adults should incorporate strength and balance exercises to reduce the risk of falls and improve overall functional fitness. Examples include resistance band exercises, body weight movements like partial squats or heel-to-toe walking, and Tai Chi, which enhances balance and coordination. Gradual progression and professional guidance. Older adults should start with low to moderate intensity exercises and gradually increase intensity or duration as their fitness improves. Working with a certified fitness professional, such as a physical therapist or trainer specializing in senior fitness, can ensure proper form, appropriate exercise selection, and a safe progression plan. A medical evaluation is also recommended before beginning any new exercise program, especially for those with chronic conditions or a sedentary lifestyle. By prioritizing consistency, moderation, and functional movements, older adults can improve their cardiovascular health, strength, and mobility while minimizing the risks associated with high-intensity exercises like sprinting or extreme HIIT. These safer alternatives support long-term health and independence, allowing older adults to stay active and engaged in their daily lives. Key takeaways for exercising after 60. Prioritize form over weight. Always use a lighter weight or modify an exercise to ensure perfect form. Poor form with heavy weight is a recipe for injury. Listen to your body. Pain is a warning sign. Don't push through it. Focus on functional strength. Exercises that mimic everyday movements, like standing up, walking, carrying groceries, are highly beneficial for maintaining independence. Include balance and flexibility. Tai Chi, yoga, and simple stretching are excellent for improving balance and range of motion, which are crucial for preventing falls and maintaining mobility. Warm up and cool down. Always begin with a gentle warm-up and end with a cool down and stretching to prepare your body and aid recovery. Consult a professional. Work with a doctor, physical therapist, or certified fitness trainer specializing in senior populations to create a safe and effective exercise plan tailored to your individual needs and health status. By making smart choices about your exercise routine, you can continue to enjoy the immense anti-aging benefits of physical activity well into your later years, promoting strength, mobility, and overall well-being while minimizing the risk of injury. There you have it. We've meticulously walked through 7 common exercises that, while popular, might not be the best choice for those of us over 60. More importantly, we didn't just tell you what to avoid. We armed you with safer, more effective alternatives that will help you continue building strength, improving balance, and maintaining flexibility without putting undue stress on your body. Our ultimate goal isn't to stop you from exercising. Quite the opposite. It's to empower you to do it smarter and safer, preserving your precious joints, protecting your back, and ensuring you can stay active and independent for many, many years to come. So, out of all the insights and safer exercise swaps we discussed today, what's one key takeaway that truly resonated with you? What's one specific piece of advice or alternative exercise that you're excited to incorporate into your fitness routine starting now? We'd love to hear from you and learn what you're bringing into practice. If you found this video helpful and believe it can benefit others, please take a moment to leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable tips, expert advice, and practical guides on living your healthiest, most vibrant life at any age.